Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt. Welcome back to Far Lands or Bust. Let us bust out of the hidey hole. That way is obviously east, as the sun is rising in such a place. Got a bunch of zombies and skeletons burning out there. What do I need? I need some dirt. Need to be wary of the situation, and I need to need to stop being drunk. No, need to continue west in that direction. Let me clean some of my inventory up and continue on. Wolfie's ready. Watch out for creepers, and continue with this episode 226 of Far Lands or Bust. Now, in the effort of being transparent and transparent and non-opaque, and there's a creeper over there, and letting you guys know what the situation is, this is a rare moment, a very rare moment, in which I am oh god, that's a creeper! Oh, guys, blah blah blah. Holy cow. Well, whew, not like that. Not for that reason. Holy cow. Alright, he's still following me. Let's get some distance. Trying to make a point, creeper guy. I'm surprised he didn't do the thing. He was like in my face. Practically had a moment there. Yeah, that's right. Nice try. Nice try. Let's try again. Alright, this is actually a rare moment where I'm actually re-recording this episode. I had already recorded this episode, made it 3 days, and then something happened where now I have to re-record the episode. So, I have properly loaded a backup, so there is no danger of a hidey hole paradox, and I'm also deliberately... in that previous attempt, I started going too far right. I actually went the wrong way for a little bit. That's not the reason I started over. So I'm deliberately trying to go a little bit to the left, a little bit south here, just to make absolutely sure that I experience completely new terrain that I hopefully do not at all recognize from my previous attempt at recording. Now, to explain why I had to do this. The first time this happened was because I was sick, and I could barely understand myself, and I did it incorrectly, and that caused the hidey hole paradox back in Season 2. Yeah, that was Season 2 of Far Lands or Bust. The second time I did this was deliberately, because during flob-athon weekend, a game glitch made Wolfie disappear with no reason whatsoever, and we induced a purposeful hidey hole paradox to go back and get Wolfie and bring him forward. Alright, that was a deliberate use of the hidey hole paradox mechanic that we've discovered. This, what I'm pretty sure is only the third time I've had to do this, is because I recorded the previous episode and talked for about half the episode about something that has changed. Like, literally after I ended recording that episode, it has completely changed. And that is relating to our Child's Play charity fundraiser. I, as you know, have been working on getting a replacement for Chip-In, which has shut down last week. So donations have been down for about a week, as you know, and I guess, as if you don't know, we're raising money for Child's Play charity, as we have been for the past 3 seasons. We're trying to raise $100,000 this year, but Chip-In, the widget we had been using, closed down. We had a total of $19,750, and we were looking for a replacement, and I had been working with the people from I'm Raising, which is basically a new Chip-In replacement that some people are developing. So there's that. I'd been working with them and was fully prepared and talked, like I mentioned, for about half the episode the last time I recorded this episode. Talked about the I'm Raising widget and how it's going to be live on the website and how it works and the donation system and blah 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 blah. turns out, unfortunately, that I've heard from Child's Play Charity, and they would like me to use the Child's Play Charity widget. That was also news I was unaware of, that Child's Play Charity created, seeing that there was no chip-in replacement. Our chip-in was closing down. They took it as an opportunity that to make it easy on people doing fundraisers and also for donors, they're going to make an official, pretty much chip-in-like widget for Child's Play Charity. And they're starting to transfer and prefer that Child's Play Charity fundraisers, such as Far Lines or Bust, use the official Child's Play Charity widget. So that is what I'm very happy to announce now, correctly, is live at farlandsorbust.com. The Child's Play Charity widget tracking our donations. The fine people at Child's Play Charity were able to start off our widget with where we left off. Like I said, $19,750. And then I made a couple trial donations through the widget just to be absolutely certain that it's set up properly and it's working the way it is. So now, if you go to farlandsorbust.com, we're starting from $19,820. Reference 820. Get it? Why I had to get us up to that mark, because 820 was our first goal, and also 820 is the estimated amount of hours it takes to walk to the far lands if you were just walking in a straight line with no terrain in a super flat world. 820. So yeah, we're at $19,820. So if you go to farlandsorbust.com, you will see the new official Child's Play Charity widget. Works almost similarly, pretty much exactly the same way the chip-in widget does. You click donate. You're given kind of a nicer screen where you can choose your donation amount. You could enter a little message that I will receive. And obviously you go then after that to PayPal, which you can either use a PayPal account or credit card, and the money goes directly to Child's Play Charity. And one of the reasons they wanted to make their own Child's Play Charity widget is then you get a receipt from Child's Play Charity that if you are the tax deductible type for your donations, as Child's Play Charity is a not-for-profit and donations there are tax deductible, you get a receipt from Child's Play Charity. Which is part of they had some problems, or they were having to field a lot of questions from people who were donating through services like Chip-In or other third-party services where they weren't sure what the receipt was all about and the tax deductibleness. So that's one of the reasons, one of the few reasons that Child's Play Charity is kind of a little bit more influencing people to use the official widget over third-party widgets. And that's not to say that there was anything wrong with the I'm raising widget. Like I said, I was literally moments away from making that live, having recorded an episode talking all about it. The I'm raising guys were incredibly helpful in helping me get their system up and running with a widget. They have very awesome options out there, and even the Child's Play Charity people said that they've been recommending the I'm raising widget for people who are raising money for things other than Child's Play Charity, for which they're requiring the Child's Play Charity official widget. And I will do the same. If you're at all considering, I know some people send me messages. Also, they send me messages to if you're looking to create some sort of gaming fundraiser or other type of fundraiser, or even a personal fundraiser. Say, I'm trying to raise money so I can go to convention XYZ, something like that, or building a new computer. I would recommend, now that Chip-In is down, that you check out imraising.com. They have really cool, very customizable widgets, and like I said, the guys there are incredibly helpful at nice jump, at figuring things out for you and helping you along as they continue to develop that system, and because they're kind of in the process of developing it, it's still in the early stages. Whatever little ideas you have, if you're starting your own fundraiser of sorts, you could probably give it to them, and they'll consider adding such features to their system. Woo! Check out this waterfall. Woo! Yes, amazing waterfall of split in halfness and spread outedness. Oh, I want that to go through and go to the ocean. Hold on, we have to do some terraforming after we sleep here. Let's make the hidey hole, elevated hidey hole right here. Indeed. All right, now let's. I want that to go through and out to the ocean. We'll do that in the morning, and then I'll continue talking about the new widget and everything and how that's going. And a waterfall of epicness. Epicness. Alright, this goes... Possibly... Hold on, Wolfie. Sit. Good job. Where does this go? Okay, just kind of stops there. Alright, so we can take that information. And we could probably... Where would you say I could dig? Here? Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, there was gravel. Hello? Oh, I might have done this wrong. Wait, it's right outside here. Ah? Dang it. Where's it at? I want to say it's right here. No? Alright, hold on. I'm terrible at this terraforming thing. Alright, I went in there. Oh, it's maybe a few more blocks in. Alright. Got it. Maybe I should go in this way as well. This away. Oh. Oh, that's not a pickaxe. Yeah, maybe I should make it so that it's kind of has a little bit of a distance to spill out. Oh, and I'm stuck. Wait. Not ready. There we go. Ah, it's probably right here. Yeah, it is. All right, good job, Kurt. Thanks, Kurt. All right, so now, if... Maybe I should fill that in. Yeah, okay. If I break this, it should come flowing out. Yeah! Yeah! I kind of wanted it to... will it... Yes, it will. Yes! I am so smart. S-M-R-T. Cool. I feel like it needs to look a little bit man-made. I hear footsteps. Why do I hear footsteps? Oh, it's a chicken. Awesome, awesome. Woo! It's like a little drainage situation. Cool. Cool. All the way from way up there. Okay. Alright, now you can stand up, Wolfie. Way up there. Wow. It's pretty awesome. I am proud of my terraforming abilities. I almost want it to continue that way, too. Oh, there might be another source block right there. But all the way from the top. Comes down, splits up. Excuse me, Wolfie. Goes all the way here, and then underneath. Careful, Wolfie, I said. The heck are you going? And then all the way down here, out our little exit. And to the ocean. To the ocean! I feel like it deserves that. Alright, cool. Anyway, we've lingered too long. But yeah, okay. So now, long story short, you can go to farlandsorbust.com and continue donating to Child's Play charity. Like I said, right as I'm recording this, we're at $19,820. Of course, $5,125 of that was coming from Justra and Pause on Pause from their Canadians for Kids fundraiser live stream that also went to Far Lands or Bust for Child's Play charity. But yeah, you can continue doing that. farlandsorbust.com. clicking on the widget on the home page. I'll also get that widget on my twitch.tv channel, and we're continuing, trying to reach $100,000. I hope by the time that this episode goes up, I'll have made the website live, and perhaps we should be able to have gotten to $20,000. 20%. Come on, guys. You can do it. You've been holding on for a week to all those generous funds for Child's Play charity. Getting that, let me try again. Getting toys, books, and games, there we go, and video games to kids in hospitals around the world. Great, ow, cause, great cause. And yeah, definitely worth continuing to support. And I appreciate the patience waiting until I got that up and running again. Like I said, a few minor speed bumps along the way, but everything's been sorted out and we're ready to keep donating. It's a great thing indeed. 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 Ooh, it's already midday. It feels like I've wasted a lot of time back at the waterfall, but then also just taking a long time. Wolfie? There he is. Woof. Another other piece of news. Astronomy news, I guess, is there's a comet in our skies. This is kind of... Oh, fell in a hole. This is kind of late news for me to be mentioning because it's been in our skies for a couple weeks, really. In the northern hemisphere, at least. Okay, let's... I don't know what that is, but I'm going to avoid it. It seems like it's possible there could be lava at the bottom of that. No, Wolfie, this way. Let's go this way. Unless... Oh, I think that might be a spawner. I heard a little skeleton clank, but who knows? Yeah, there's a comet, Comet Pan-STARRS, P-A-N-S-T-A-R-R-S. It's named after the observatory, the equipment that was used to detect it. I think in 2011 is when it was discovered. It's just made its closest approach to the sun and is actually now traveling away from the sun, but it's finally visible. It was visible in the southern hemisphere, but it's finally visible in the northern hemisphere. Of course, visible, quote-unquote, being loosely defined here. I've had clouds the last few days, and it hasn't been good for viewing. Up until yesterday was our first kind of clear evening, and still couldn't see it. I'm getting many reports and seeing things on Twitter that even though it says it's a naked eye comet, like you could see it without telescope or binoculars, that's kind of pushing it. You really have to have a clear western horizon. It's just after sunset, which is one of the main reasons. It hasn't really gained that much altitude in terms away from the sun. So you have to literally right after sunsets look to the west and try to find it within a half an hour of the sun after the sun sets, because then beyond that it will probably set beneath your horizon unless you're like on the top of a mountain or you have a western view over an ocean or something like that. I was unfortunately unable to see it yesterday. It was really close to the crescent moon. It's just past new moon, the crescent moon. But now that is, obviously the moon has shifted, so it's a little more difficult to discover that way. And as the days go on, even though the comet is technically getting slightly higher in our skies after sunset, it's actually getting dimmer, but then also the moon is going to be getting brighter and brighter and making it more and more difficult to see. So really, within the next week is when you have your chance to see Comet Pan-STARRS here in the northern hemisphere, but it's a tough one. Don't feel bad if you can't see it. I had binoculars yesterday. I'm pretty sure the neighbors thought that there was some creep going around with binoculars looking in people's windows, but no. I was trying to find a comet, and that's the thing. You're looking so close to the horizon, it looks like you're looking like at people's houses and stuff like that. It's not straight up in the sky. So, no, I was looking for the comet, could not find the comet. I have a problem. There's a lot of, in Chicago, with all the major airports, there's a lot of airplane contrails. So for like a second, you're like, ooh, is that it? Oh, no, that's just an airplane contrail in the distance, and it causes a lot of haze, and you can see them all on the horizon. They all gather up, so the odds were stacked up against me, but there are some people in my astronomy club who went out to the farmlands area and were able to see it. But really, the best way to see it It's either if you have binoculars, large binoculars, or if you have a camera that you can adjust the settings, the exposure to compensate for the fact that it's a very dim object, very difficult to see. And if anything, it's just the best way to see it would be taking a digital picture and then adjusting the levels or whatever to try to bring out the detail of the comet tail. But yeah, it's pretty much... it would be nice if you lived on a hill, like... Ooh. Hello. Say you lived on a hill or a mountain like this. You need a wide... over there the trees would get in the way, there the mountains would get in the way. But you really need a low, clear western horizon. Let me see if I can try to... In Minecraft, we can attempt to recreate the sort of conditions we need. So basically, the sun's setting. I would need to wait for it to completely set. Obviously, you don't want to accidentally look at the sun with binoculars. Right now, the moon is actually... Say that's the sun. The moon is probably right up here. Like a crescent moon or something like that. The comet would probably be around here. I think it's probably splitting the difference. About today. Today is the 13th. Or the 14th. Today's the 14th. It's Pi Day. Mathematics. So yeah, you'd have to wait for the sun to set. The moon, say, is about up here. I'd say right now it's splitting the difference. Like I said, the last couple days the moon was a little bit closer, but... Yeah, okay, sun sets. You have like 30 minutes to try to find this thing. You're going to still have the sky glow from the sun. That's going to make it difficult, but it's going to be about here, say, and the coming nights it's going to be kind of going in this direction, but that's pretty much as high as it's going to get. Of course, Minecraft nights are a little bit more expedited, so difficult to say. So yeah, you have to be out and ready to see the comet. Snoring noises. So, so yeah, and then of course you wake up and it's daytime and it's too late. Too late to see the comet. But yeah, it's a cool thing, but the next week or so I have a pretty terrible forecast, so I think no comet... Oh, hello. No comet for Kurt, unfortunately. And this is one of the 2 comets that I mentioned a while ago in one of my astronomy videos that for 2013 was getting a lot of hype for being bright, visible comets. And a lot of people were excited about Pan-STARRS. They thought it was going to get to a -4 magnitude, which is about the brightness of Venus, which is pretty dang bright. But actually, the brightest it has gotten is about a magnitude +1 or 2, which, like I said, very dim, very difficult to pick out, especially in the horizon after sunset. That's still a little bit sky glowy and difficult to see. And that's just one of the things. Sure, it would have been great if it was really bright, but these comet predictions, especially from a year out, are a little bit difficult, and it's good not to get too overhyped. Another overhyped comet that's coming by December 2013 is Comet Ison, ISON. That one was discovered last year, and it's been hyped as going to be the brightest visible comet ever, like brighter than the moon. And while that's perfectly possible for a comet to get that bright, that is a very optimistic stance. So yes, I want that to happen. That would be amazing. Literally a once-in-a-lifetime, less than once-in-a-lifetime, because there have been many lifetimes in the past where a comet has never gotten that bright. Opportunity, that would be great if that happens, but I'm not going to bet on it, I'll tell you that much. It might swing by... It's going to get closer to the sun than Pan-STARRS was, so it might swing by the sun and get disintegrated and melt and break apart from that, and never actually make it to its brightest comet ever status. Might still be a bright comet, who knows? But yeah, there's that. Coming up, like I said, in December. We'll keep an eye out for that, but these are really cool objects to check out, like Comet Ison and Comet Pan-STARRS here. These aren't very periodic comets like Halley's Comet or anything like that. Whee! I was reading up about Comet Pan-STARRS, and it's having just been recently discovered. It's a very new comet that has actually been traveling from the Oort cloud, which is a cloud of debris, a sphere of debris, I guess you could say, of icy cometary debris that kind of marks the boundary between the influence of our sun and then the interplanetary space between our sun and other stars. And they say it's been millions of years, 2, 3, 4 million years ago, maybe, a neighboring star of the sun, the gravitational influence from that might have slightly nudged this comet Pan-STARRS on its trajectory towards the sun. So it's going to swing in and swing back out, and it will not return for another million years, maybe, or 500,000 years. So if you did see Comet Pan-STARRS, then congratulations, you are one of the very few humans who will ever see it, because in half a million years from now, when it possibly returns, who knows what sort of intelligent beings, hopefully some still remaining, some descendants of us humans, will be around to see it. So that's cool. Stuff like that's pretty cool, and we can learn a lot from it. But unfortunately, Pan-STARRS did not pan out for me. Puns. So yeah, there's been news. I haven't looked this up, but there's been news that another comet has been discovered, and the big hype in the news is that, it's going to hit Mars in 2014. It's going to hit Mars. There's going to be an impact. Blah, 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 blah. Possibly. We've just been discovering this comet, and we've only known it for a month or so, and it's very difficult to come up with an accurate... what's the word I'm looking for? An accurate estimation as to its trajectory. Right now, it seems like it is on a path to intersect the path of the orbit of Mars, but then it's also... there could be a deviation there, and it's if you're off by 1/1000th of a degree, that's, a million miles off from an impact with Mars. Again, it'd be nice, it'd be kind of cool for that to happen. Not only do we have robots on Mars who could tell us what it's like when a comet hits a planet, but we've never seen a comet or any sort of celestial large body like that hit another terrestrial planet. We've seen comets hit Jupiter, and we know what happens there. They leave depending on their size, they leave an Earth-sized scar on the planet. So it would be interesting for it to be happening to Mars, to be able to observe that and get some definitive data on what happens to a planet when it gets hit by a comet of that nature. It's also good because we could learn from that as opposed to learning from an event like that happening on Earth. That would not be a good way to learn such a thing. But yeah, I think they're estimating 2014. If I were a betting person, I would bet that it's going to be a close pass, hi Wolfie, of Mars. And perhaps the rovers there might be able to set their cameras skyward to get some good information on that. And perhaps if Mars passes through the debris field, you'll get a really intense meteor shower or something visible from Mars. I don't know if the rovers would be capable of picking such a thing up. They don't have video cameras on them. They just have still cameras. But yeah, a lot of astronomy news out there with comets and things like that. So cool beans indeed. I know a lot of people were asking me if I had seen it and questions about that. I kind of tweeted yesterday when I was attempting to see it that I'm having problems and was unable to. Some people, like I said, from my astronomy club and other people on Twitter are posting pictures and things, but if perhaps you're in the northern hemisphere and you have a clear western horizon and clear skies, if you wanna give it a chance, you'll definitely need binoculars. Unless you have 2010 more than perfect vision, you'll need some binoculars, at least telescope maybe. Digital camera on a tripod to take some long exposure shots, and then later on you bring it into your computer and try to... oh, this is a mishmash of an area. Try to pull out the detail of the comet from there, but yeah, indeed. Similar questions, I'll stick with the astronomy theme, from Elise. Asked, my son and husband are very into astronomy, space, etc., but I know nothing. Where would you suggest me to start? I want to share this with them, but I don't know. I should watch where I'm walking. But that's not what she said. That's what I said, because I'm reading the comment. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know where to begin. Next year we will go to Disney, but we'll also go to Kennedy Space Center. Highly recommended. Careful! Don't glitch into trees, Wolfie. And I would like to understand some of what I'll be seeing. Is there a beginner telescope you can recommend? Well, first of all, Kennedy Space Center, while awesome and stuff, is really not focused on astronomy, per se. Okay, get back here. It's more or less focused on NASA and human spaceflight. So there's a little bit of a disconnect there, though I obviously fully recommend going to Kennedy Space Center. I've been there like 4 or 5 times for various reasons. NASA tweet-ups, launches, non-launches, just visiting. So yeah, that's cool. I would recommend, instead of just running out and buying a telescope, join or attend the meetings or events held by astronomy clubs. That is my first and largest piece of advice for anybody wanting to get into astronomy. That's how I started. I got interested in astronomy, and I'm like, maybe I want a telescope. Dang it, I'm stuck up here. But the first thing I did was started to attend the meetings of astronomy clubs. Most of them are open to the public. You don't have to be a member. But then I joined the astronomy club, made friends with some of the regulars. Through that, you get to test out a whole bunch of different telescopes from all the people who already are well-versed and own a bunch of telescopes. You know, some of these guys own 10, 12 different types of telescopes. And so you'll see them night after night if you attend their meetings and things. Also just talking to them and asking them, hey, I'm thinking about a telescope. What would you recommend? And they'll be like, oh, well, my first telescope was this. I would recommend it. Or I have this telescope, but I wouldn't recommend it for beginners because it's too complicated. So that, first and foremost, is what I would recommend. Obviously, if there aren't any astronomy clubs in your area, the internet is a wonderful resource. Either checking astronomy club websites, even if they're not near you, Twitter, different websites, blogs. There's a lot of communities, forums about astronomy and astronomy equipment and stuff to check out. So that, without getting too in-depth, in a future episode, maybe the next episode, I'll talk about my own personal telescopes. I've talked about this 2 or 3 times before, but it's been a while, so maybe it's time to talk about it again. I personally haven't been out that often doing astronomy, either with my own telescopes or with my club. Been kind of busy with this thing called fundraiser bust. But yeah, maybe we'll talk about that next time. But yeah, that's, if you want my advice, that would be the biggest piece of advice, because that is what helped me get really... Whoops. Hey, get back here, Wolfie. Wolfie. Can't whistle. Over here. Guy. Woof. Yeah, you. Sit. So yeah. That was a bunch of astronomy news and a little bit of astronomy information. Boop. So let me get myself secured. Yellow. Oh, I can't. In the hidey hole like that. This is wrapping up episode 226 of Far Lands or Bust. Good thing I made this pickaxe already. And like I said, donations. Contributions to Child's Play charity are open once again at farlandsorbust.com. That would be much appreciated. Let's get beyond the 20% mark, $20,000. And I will be a happy person indeed. What do I need? I need my workbench. What are you doing? Oh, beds. There we go. Indeed. You can also click on the annotation in the end slate that says donate, and that'll take you to farlandsorbust.com, where you can donate as well. And all of that, obviously, the main reason you're donating is to help kids in hospitals around the world. But also it inspires me and keeps me on with the journey of heading to the far lands with you guys. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate your patience with me getting that back up. I appreciate all of you subscribing, clicking the like button if you like this video, and commenting, asking me questions like Elise just did about astronomy, getting me to talk on about tangents and onwards and upwards and for episodes to continue. I do appreciate it. My name is Kurt. Woof. I will see you next time.